you, Mr. Speaker. And time again, whenever it's trade, whenever we're talking about trade, surprise, surprise, there's one group, one party that always stands up against us, maybe two that stand up against trade, against jobs, against providing our Canadian producers and Canadian businesses more opportunity, more markets to sell their product, but promotes jobs, Mr. Speaker. Canada is a trading nation, 1 in 5 jobs tied to trade. Why, Mr. Speaker, through you, especially to the honourable colleague in her riding, which has probably been a massive, massive benefit to her riding, that the trade agreements that our government had signed, and indeed what CETA is going to bring to our country. Why is she so against trade? Mr. Speaker, why?
Honourable member for Essex.
Mr. Speaker, I thank my colleague for his question. And for a moment there, I thought he was going to say that we, of course, in the New Democratic Party, we're fighting for Canadians, that we want trade to be right for Canadians. We want trade that's going to benefit Canadians in their everyday lives. And I have to say, Mr. Speaker, through you, that this trade agreement with these particular provisions can be fixed. It can end up with a trade deal that works for Europeans, that works for Canadians, but unfortunately we're not going to be taking the time to ensure that that's the case here in this House, Mr. Speaker. And I would say that trade is critical to my riding, and everyone in my riding supports trade. New Democrats support trade, but we have to support trade in a way that benefits all Canadians. Increasing the cost of drugs should never be part of a trade deal. It is 25% of the legislative changes inside of this implementing legislation. That is wrong. Canadians do not support that, Mr. Speaker. I challenge, again, these members, and the member from Prince George Caribou, I believe, to go and speak to members in his own riding and ask if they would support increased drug costs in Canada going forward, Mr. Speaker.